Welcome back to Preneur Life. Would you say right now that you're financially educated enough to actually know when you're financially free? Well, guess what? We're going to talk about it. Welcome back, Preneurs. I'm excited about this topic, and let me tell you why, because I really feel that this formula I'm about to share with you, if you stick with me to the end, could save you hundreds of thousands of dollars. I've lost a lot of money not knowing this formula, and I'm excited for you to be able to have it today. Hopefully it can help you, but let's kind of get right to some things I want you to think about. When we start talking about financially free, Google actually says, this is a definition from Google. It says that actually having enough savings, investments, and cash to be able to afford your desired lifestyle. That's the definition, right? So do you want to become financially free? Let's kind of talk about some couple different things that I'm thinking about too. The first question I'm having is, well, how many people in America right now are truly financially free? You'd be surprised to know that 24% of Americans right now in America actually truly believe that they're financially free. But then that kind of brings me to the next question I have. Well, then how many people actually feel financially savvy, like really financially educated, financially empowered to be able to go create financial freedom for themselves? Well, here's a number. 75% of Americans today say, you know what? I'm pretty financially savvy. Yet they actually admit also that in the last 12 months that they had some big financial mishaps. So even though somebody say, you know, I'm financially strong in understanding finances, they're still making mistakes as well. And number three is, my question for you is, where do people actually go to receive financial education? So maybe you're not really good at finances right now. Maybe you didn't go to school for it. Maybe you don't have a family that's pretty savvy at it. Maybe you don't have an environment for it, but you would like to pick that up. So what do? What is your resources? Well, maybe you went to school. I went to school. I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. Maybe you have family. Maybe you wanna go to friends. Maybe you go on the internet. Maybe you're on YouTube. Hence, right now you're watching. What are you doing right now to be able to do that? These are some of your resources. But let's kind of go down to me. So for me, I didn't come from a family that is big on business or entrepreneurship or finances. You know, my mom's a teacher, and I don't know about you, I still haven't met a wealthy teacher to this day. My dad's an aeronautical engineer, and even though he did very well financially, I still didn't learn all the things that when it comes to finances in our household. Let me tell you why. They made money. They did very well financially for themselves. They did all they were supposed to do. They went to school, they got the degrees in finance and business and all that. But they were not financially free, and that was my example. So I'm thinking, well, dang, they did everything they were supposed to do, and they're not financially free. What is my next step? What am I gonna do? So right when I left college, so I went to college, I went to school, I did the same thing. I got my scholarship in business, entrepreneurship, and finance as well. And I was searching. I was hoping the curriculum changed for me. You know, why? Because I wanted to search and find out how to become financially free, because unfortunately that wasn't in my household, that wasn't in my family, and I wanted to be the one to be able to hopefully open that door. So I went to school again. I read all the books you could possibly read on finances. I watched all the YouTube videos. I got mentors. Guys, I lost hundreds of thousands of dollars, unfortunately, because I just didn't understand this formula I'm about to share with you next. And I just wish that I didn't have to go through my own experiences, my own downfalls to be able to learn. I wish I would have had this wisdom, and that's what I believe wisdom is not learning from yourself, but learning from others that have already been ahead of you. So let me share with you the formula that has helped me tremendously step into financial freedom, and hopefully it's able to help you too. Now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna write down three different things. The first thing you're gonna write down is active. Okay. Second thing you're gonna write down is passive. Third thing you're gonna write down is expenses. Okay, so this is the formula. So when I say active, what do I really mean by that? I'm talking about your active incomes. What does active income really mean? That means that you actively have to be there. You're actively working. You have to presently be there to be able to make income. Think about it, maybe at a job. Do you still make money when you're not there? Probably not. It's depending on you having to be there, right? So what are you doing right now? All your active incomes. You make a list of all your active incomes currently right now. Maybe you have a business that you're trying to get off the ground right now, and it takes you to actively be there currently right now. Maybe you're self-employed, 1099, independent contractor, you actively have to be there. Write down all your streams of income that are created of you actively have to be there. The second is what? Passive. What does that mean? Some may call it financially being independent, right? You hear people say financial independency. Well, I'm talking passive income right here, and what does that really mean? You don't have to be present, okay? So wouldn't that be nice? You don't have to be present for you to still make money. So what does that look like? Write down all those different types of sources of income that are created without you having to be there. Maybe you own some properties and you're getting rental income. You're not there, you're still receiving rental income. Maybe you have some stock and it's providing some different dividends for you. Maybe you have other sources from crypto, whatever that may be for you that's passive, where you don't actively have to be present to make that money. You need to write down all those different streams that you currently have. Then next, you need to write down your expenses, things that take money out your pocket for you to be able to live. What are those fixed expenses for you? Maybe you have rent, maybe you have mortgage, maybe you have car notes. Maybe you have kids that have tuition for school. Whatever that is for you, groceries, all those living expenses, you need to write that all down, because you need to see exactly what's coming out for yourself in regards to your balance sheet, I guess you would say, which is accounts receivable, but also accounts payable. What is the payable out of your whole formula every month? Okay? Once you have these three things listed, how do you know when you're free? How do you know when you're free or when you're not free? Well, it's very simple. You add that all up. So how many incomes there is, and then what's the total, all right? You add this all up, how many incomes are there, and what's the total? You add that all up, what is the total? You know you're free when your passive income, okay, overcomes, surpasses your expenses. That's when you know. That's a simple formula, right? So if your passive income currently right now, this middle, does not overcome the total of those expenses, you are currently not financially independent or financially free. So what do you think you need to focus on? Creating more what? Passive streams of income. Why? Because if you ever got sick, you ever got injured, you ever became terminal ill, anything like that ever happened, and all your income right now is based on you actively working and not all over here, then that means unfortunately you're always going to be financially dependent. And you'll never be in a position of freedom. So hopefully this formula has been able to help you. Hopefully it's encouraged you to look at what you got going on right now, to be able to step into focusing more on the passive as well if you have not yet. If this video can help you or anyone you know, go ahead and tag them. For anyone that really wants to become financially free in this coming year, go ahead and click the notification as well, so you get all the updates and all the new videos that we're going to consistently keep posting. And we'll see you guys on the next video.